Well, hello there. I'm going to be doing a series of simple fiddle lessons, maybe in some in American old-time traditional fiddling, and there could be and will be some in the Irish tradition. In fact, that's what I'm planning for today, like right now. And hopefully these sessions will go okay. I don't know how long I'll go with them, but that might kind of depend on the level of interest there is in this. What I'm going to do is play the tune and then break it down into parts so that you can learn the tune and you won't need music. Why? Because these tunes are meant to be played by anybody and everybody. So they're not really complicated. Well, sure, there are pretty complicated tunes, but unless somebody specifically asks for one of those tunes, I'm going to try to stay on the simple side. So this is a Irish polka. Again, really simple. It's in the key of D, and it's I believe the name is Sean Ryan's polka. So I'll just play the tune through one time, well, a couple times maybe. Okay, so that's kind of up to speed. If you're at a session with a bunch of people around with their favorite beverage, you might be playing a little bit faster than that, depends on the energy of the crowd. So this is, again, a very uncomplicated tune, and it starts in a very uncomplicated way with 2 D notes, like that. I started on a down bow. And what I like to do, and what I think most people do, is they'll throw in that open D note as a drone. Now, if you're not used to playing drones or chords, I usually describe it as the bow is on the string in planes, P-L-A-N-E. No, P-L-A-I-N. It's a plane, geometric plane, so whatever spelling that is. So if you're on the A string, you're playing on what I would call the A plane, or the D string. That is not the A plane, that is the D plane. The G plane, or the E plane. But you can combine strings. So you can put the bow on 2 strings and play on what I would call the AD plane. And those happen to be open strings, but you can put a finger down, like your 3rd finger, so that you have a D and you have a D. And you can play them together. And if you haven't played drones before, these can be real useful in figuring out if your D note that you're fingering is in tune. Because, like, if I was a little flat and I played the open string, open D drone, kind of dissonant, isn't it? But if I move that finger up just a little bit, And then you hear the sweet spot. So that's how to do a drone, and it's probably what you would describe there as an octave drone, because you have a D and an octave below. Okay, so back to the tune. You have the first two notes like that. Then what you're going to do is so that's the next phrase, and that's going to start on the first finger, A. That's a B note, and that's just going to go up the scale a little bit. And then over to the D string. So it's open, or O, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then back to 1, open string, back to the D string for the second finger, F sharp, 1. So what we have well, let's do that again. So it's, let's do what we have so far. That's the first two notes. See, I was a little out of tune there. There we go. Now, if you are comfortable playing more than one note in a bow stroke, that's called a slur. See, I'm combining the B and C, first and second finger on the A string, and I think that's the only place I do that. Or you could put a slur on the D string. One thing that I know, or that I've learned, is that when you play a tune real slow, you play it different than when you play it a lot faster. That's why I have to stop and think about, what do I actually do? And it's not always the same thing. That's what fiddling is all about. You don't always play a tune through the same way, every time through the tune. So what we have so far then, that's what we have so far. Now I think you do the same thing. So that's, again, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I think you do that again. I need to check myself, so I'm going to play it at speed. Yes, you play that 3 times. So if you can do this first phrase that I showed you without too much problem, you know just about the entire first half of the tune. That's the whole first half of the tune minus the last phrase, which is the resolution or the tag, which goes like this. You're going to start on the F note on the E string, that's first finger. Then you're going to go to the A string, third finger, open E, second finger on the A, my screen is starting to go dark. I need to refresh it. There we go. Okay. Now, so again, that tag is first finger E string, third finger A, open E, second finger A, third finger A. So a little bit, play it a little bit faster. Or play it a little bit faster. And that's how you end the first half of the tune. If you can do all of that, and there ain't much to it, you can play half of this Irish polka. Any questions? How I thought this would work is that I would encourage you to go through this whole lesson, see if you can use my directions to play this tune, and then if you have questions, you can see me in person when I'm at class, or you can email me, bsedloff55, bsedloff55 You can always email a question to me if there's something you're not getting. So this is the whole first half of the tune. Let's go through that. Let me just play through that slowly. Half of an Irish polka in your head. Let's move on to the second part of the tune. This part gets a little more notey, but still pretty uncomplicated. So I'm going to start, or we're going to start, first finger on the E, which is that F note, back to the third finger A, and if you actually took that first finger on the E and the third finger on the A, if you keep both fingers down, especially that first finger on the E, and then put your bow in the A-E plane, what do you get? You get a D chord. Here's the open strings. And that's a D chord. There's lots of D chords around the fingerboard, like the open A and the F sharp on the D string, second finger. Or one that I like to do is a double open D string. Actually, it's an open D with a fourth finger. And that's just one note, but it's what I call twinning that note. And what I'll often do when I twin a note is I'll slide into it. And there are lots of tunes that I play where I will do that. Okay, so back to the second part, the B part of the polka. So here is, we know the first two notes. And then you do that again. So it's 1 E string, 3 A string. Okay, now your bow is down towards the tip. Okay, so now you have a case where you're going to put 3 notes in one bow stroke. So put your bow at the tip or close to it. You don't have to go all the way down. This is fine. And just start moving your bow. And then put your fingers down. So it's 1, 3. So I'm already forming that D chord, but if you're not, then just put the first finger down on the E string, then third finger down on the A string. Just slap your fingers down. We know that much already. Let's do that one more time. Now you're going to go back to the first finger E, open E, third finger A, so what you have it's 1, O, 3 A string. Now you're going to go back to that first finger E, third finger A, open E, up the scale. So let's see where that falls in the whole course of this tune, what we have so far. So it's starting at the beginning. Here's where you're also, you're down at the frog, and you're going to do 3 notes in the one bow stroke going down towards the tip. So just start moving your bow. Put your first finger down and your second finger down. Pretty simple. Don't do it too fast unless you're getting the hang of it. Start slow, get comfortable, and then you can increase your speed. So again, what we have is 1, O, 3. That's 1, 3, 3. Now up the scale on the E string. O, 1, 2, 3. Now, I think you repeat that again, that whole same phrase. We've done all that. So now, you almost have an entire tune at your disposal, minus the tag for the B part, the end of the B part, which goes like this. So it's first finger E, third finger A, open E, I'm sorry, second finger A, third finger A. Now, what's going to make this a little more challenging for a beginning student is the amount of string crossing you're doing here. And so that is kind of a complicating factor. But you're not moving the bow all that much. You're just kind of levering it a little bit to go from the one string to its neighboring string. So it's... Let's play through the B part from start to finish slowly, and I'll just go all the way through. Ready? Go. So, my picture shows that I'm frozen. Hopefully the audio is still coming through, and my clock is still moving, so I'm assuming that that means the audio is still recording. So it doesn't matter that the picture is frozen because I have shown you the entire tune. So I'm going to play through it one more time, and if you need to go back and review the notes in the A or the B part, it is your video to do so. Now you repeat it. B part. Now you repeat that. I'm going to end this video since my picture is frozen, and if you have questions, just talk to me, email me. What are you having problems with, or even tell me what you're liking about it, and I hope you have good luck with it. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.